up to another good morning. Time to go. Oh, we are all looking for adventure. We are all looking for adventure. We are all
Welcome back to the 3x5 Life podcast. On this podcast, we talk about mindset, productivity, wellness, personal development. And last week, we talked about work-life myth, work-life balance, and that being a myth. And today, we're going to kind of talk about something that's been coming up in conversation recently. We try not to batch these podcasts, meaning a lot of people that produce this type of content will do 3, 4 in one sitting. It makes your time management a lot better. But Jesse and I have found that when we actually do them on a weekly cadence, that things come up in conversation, interactions with people that kind of drive the content. So then things continue to be fresh, top of mind. But when that does happen, or because we operate this way, sometimes our life gets a little crazy, hence why Jessie is not on today. She is doing professional development training all week. And then she gets to fly south to sunny Florida to celebrate some 40th birthdays with some girlfriends. So it is a wild week in the McFarland household. So a book that I've read, or I'm almost finished right now, it's called The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. And it's driven a lot of introspection and talking and thinking about this topic. And kind of in a parallel path, a lot of conversations that have been coming up recently about people not being happy in their jobs or wanting a fresh start or just being stale with things. And with that book, it kind of made me start thinking about the topic of it's never too late to start. As I've mentioned on this podcast before, when I was younger, I was not the most confident kid. I was outgoing, had a lot of friendships. I was athletic, but never pursued my athletic endeavors because of my confidence or lack thereof, I should say. So if you would have told me, I'm sitting here at the age of 40, if you would have told me 10 years ago that I would be interviewed on a podcast, like I was interviewed on a podcast called The Mindset Experience. And he's interviewed like Rudy, the Rudy from Notre Dame, a ton of NFL athletes, collegiate athletes, and Olympians. And he had me on there to talk about 3x5 life and also my ultra running journey. So if you would have told me 10 years ago I would be on that podcast, I would call complete BS for 2 reasons. First, I don't do public speaking. And secondly, why would I be on this athletic podcast? I wouldn't know what sport that would be or why he would have me on there. So I say that as it's never too late to start. My journey really started when I was around 32, and it slowly progressed to where it is today. And if I would have just sat there and said, okay, I'm stuck in this job and this is my routine in life and this is how I'm going forward, my life would look dramatically different than it does today. And as you start changing your life in those directions, your confidence grows and your belief system and structures grow, which we talk about all the time on this podcast, to start matching your internal expectations. So that just helps you catapult different areas of your life. And just like little case studies of it's never too late to start. The founder of Geico didn't start Geico till he was 50. Ray Kroc didn't start McDonald's till he was 52. Bernie Marcus, who is the founder of Home Depot, they opened their first Home Depot when he was 50. The famous Harlan Sanders, he started KFC, his first KFC, when he was 62. And the very producer of this podcast, Rob Jockman, he was in the commercial insurance space forever. Due to COVID, he got laid off kind of in the early days of COVID. And he could have gone back to another insurance agency. He could have taken the safe route. And he actually started his own insurance agency, which was a big leap for him. But he found that his passion was in marketing. His passion was in helping people grow their business through the power of marketing. And today, he produces this podcast. He does a lot of other back end stuff for us that is fantastic. But we were his first client, and he has catapulted his marketing agency to have multiple six-figure clients. And it's amazing to see what he's been able to do because he took the leap of faith in his early 50s. He has kids in college, and he jumped, and now he has more clients than he can even manage, which, Rob, that's a bad thing. But I say that because his story inspires me. And I hope, my story of just starting to chase some athletic dreams when I was in my early 30s inspires you. Taking the leap to start 3x5 life was a big stretch, but I knew it wasn't too late to start to make an impact. So whatever that is for you, I just think we all need to maybe read like the book, The 5 Regrets of the Dying, and start thinking about the last season of your life when you might be in hospice and what these people are sitting there saying about what ifs or what they could have done. And I think that goes back to the heaven and hell experiment that we've talked on here about as well, where I think hell is laying on your deathbed, seeing somebody walk into the room, this vibrant, alive, energetic person, and realizing that's the best version of you that you could have been if you took a few chances, if you started that thing you wanted to start. And that's taken pause for me to think about myself, because none of us want to regret. None of us want to come to the end of our days and have those feelings of, if I only would have done that, if I only would have taken my path instead of the path that I thought my parents wanted me to take, to try to foster those friendships that I knew were giving me joy, but the craziness of life was, taking that opportunity away from me, and I didn't prioritize those friendships, and now I don't have them anymore. There's so many little things that we can look at to start doing. It doesn't have to be a business. It doesn't have to be an athletic endeavor. So we don't have those regrets at the end of our life. So that's kind of my rant today. I hope it hit home, and I'm sorry for kind of rambling on here. And so take that away from you. I suggest reading the book. I suggest, kind of looking at where you are right now in your journey. And is there anything that you keep putting on the back burner over the last year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever that is, and maybe start. Have a great week.
Hello world, wake me up to another good